Hi, welcome back to Dating the Mountain Man. I am back in Massachusetts. It's I think like 3 weeks after the Umstead 100, and actually I am going to Vermont to go on a trail running adventure and a little jeeping adventure. I only live 4 miles from Vermont, so it's not like a big trip. But yeah, I'm supposed to run 12 miles today. First 6 easy, and then just 1-minute pickups every mile after that. The first mile hard, and then kind of ease back into it. So they have a rail trail that's close by that I could run on, but I'm just not that excited about it. So even though the trail, I haven't seen this trail before, so I don't know exactly what it looks like. But since we moved here to North Adams, kind of last fall, we did a lot of work on the house, and then it became winter, so I didn't really get a chance to explore around here. So even though I'm supposed to do kind of a road workout today, I was like, I need to start exploring and seeing what the area is all about and seeing what the trails are like. So I'm doing that today. So I will take you along. I have the drone with me. I got a couple of cameras, so I'll do a little bit of view from the Jeep as I drive out onto these trails, and then also take you guys for the run. Alright, I'll see you in a bit.
Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go,
Alright, well, we found some good Jeep roads. If nothing else, if I don't find any trails to run, I can run on this road. There's like a few houses on it, but I haven't seen any traffic at all. So maybe I'll just run up and down the road. I think this road itself is almost 3 miles, so I'd have to run up and down it a few times to get 12. But we'll keep going. We'll see what's on the other side. I think the other side comes out to like a trailhead where there's actual running trails or hiking trails. So let's see what that's all about. All right. All right, I've come to a pretty tricky section of the road, but I also noticed that there are some blue blazes. So hopefully, maybe even this road is part of a running trail that I can just jump onto. But we'll see how I get through this. I'm going to go up there and check it out. It looks like there are a couple of different ways I can go. This big old rock right in the middle, but it looks like I could go around and go that way. This looks pretty deep, and I'm not sure how muddy it is. I'm out here by myself, so I don't want to get stuck. So I'll probably end up going this way. But I'll set the camera up, and you guys can see how I do. Alright, I finally made it to some trails I think I'm going to run on. Came to this big intersection. That's the trail I was driving up. And it came to this big clearing. There's powerline trails that way, and then that's the road I'll be driving out on. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, you'll know that powerline trails are like one of my favorite ways to find trails. If you're in a new area, like say if you're traveling and stuff like that, if you look for these big transmission lines, they have to maintain these lines, so there's always like roads, dirt roads, and they're normally pretty runnable for the most part because they have to get the trucks in and out and all their equipment. So that's like one of my secrets to finding trails to run on, like especially in a new area, which you know, I've just moved here, so this is a new area for me. You know, eventually I'll know a lot of the trails around here. But you know, there's also the Appalachian Trail right next to me. That's a little too rugged for what I want to do today. I want to be able to actually do some like running and maybe do my workout. But I love the Appalachian Trail, but like I said, it's a little too rugged, especially around here. It's very mountainous. So all right. So it's been a long time since I set out from the house this morning, but we're gonna get going now. It's still cool. I put this long sleeve on. I'll probably take it off within the first mile or so, but I'm kind of at the top. We're gonna go up over this way, and there's some mountain views. So I'm up pretty high as far as like not a lot of tree coverage. And I just noticed, you guys probably won't be able to see it, but if you look straight down at the end of the power lines, there's windmills, and you can see those windmills from my house, so that's kind of cool. All right, let's get going. Alright guys, I ducked off of the Powerline Trail because I wanted to check out this trail. This is the one I was driving. I was originally gonna go this way with the Jeep before I turned right instead of left, but I wanted to run down here to check it out, and I could do it in the Jeep. There's somebody else's park. I could do it in the Jeep, but I wouldn't be fun. It would take me a long time. So I'm glad I came to check this out. It's not even really runnable, so I'm probably going to turn around and go back up. It looks like it might flatten out in a little bit, but anyway. The problem with where I parked is at the top of the mountain, so no matter which way I go, when I come back, when I finish, it's going to be uphill. Oh well. All right, it's an adventure. Like I said before, I'm just exploring new trails to see what's out here. All right, let's keep going. that's 4 miles in. That's the road that I turned off to start the off-roading with the Jeep. So 4 miles, probably a little less because I did a little out and back on the powerline trail, but about 4 miles from here up to where I parked the Jeep. That went well, but it was all downhill. So I've got 2 more miles of warm up, and then I'll do my 1 minute pickup. So I have like a 1 minute pickup, and then 8 minutes easy, and I've got that a bunch of times. I can't remember off the top of my head how many, but the total run today is going to be about 12 miles. So yeah, the hard stuff's going to be uphill. I'm not sure once I get back up I'll be at 8 miles. I don't know what I'll do for the last 4, but we'll see. Yeah, saw a little tiny snake in New Hampshire, in Vermont, and Massachusetts. They don't really have any poisonous snakes. That was a garter snake, so it'll bite, but it barely hurts. We used to like play with them as kids, and and it was probably a foot long. So I don't know what it looked like on camera. All right, time to go back up. We're getting there. Alright guys, I just stumbled upon this. So the Jeep's right there. I came back up past the Jeep, and this is the road I'm going to drive out. And I knew there were trails through here, but I didn't realize the Vermont Long Trail was right here. So that's good to know. So that's not that far from my house. Right here it says the Vermont the border is 3 miles from here, and like I said, my house is about 4 miles from that. So yeah, so it's only about 7 miles out here. All right, this is pretty tough. Since I turned around and came back up, I got 800 feet in like 3 miles. So, not the worst thing, but it's not that easy. So this road, like I just said, past the Jeep, looks pretty runnable and also drivable. So I'm gonna run up it a little bit more. So I have 6 of those 1 minute hard, 8 minute easy, and I've done 3 of them, so I've got 3 left. But like I said, it's been pretty tough because it's been all uphill. But at least this section, at least the footing is runnable. So we'll give that a try, and I will check in with you guys in a bit. All right, guys. Let's see. About 2 hours and 11 miles. So didn't get as much as I wanted, but those slow sections were supposed to be like 10:30 pace, but some of them, like you saw, were pretty steep. So I wasn't going that fast. So it's supposed to be 12, but we got pretty close. A good day overall. Like I said, this is my first time running on any of these trails. We moved into our house in the fall. We had like a ton of housework we had to do, so I didn't have time to explore. And then it snowed, and then it's probably only been the last like 3 weeks, so that it's not been like covered in snow or like super muddy. And 3 weeks ago I was at Umstead on the 28th of March, so really my first opportunity to get out here. Like I said, pretty happy with it so far. It's on a mountain, so lots of hills, but there's trails everywhere, so that's pretty awesome. And like I said, it's probably if I don't go through the woods with the Jeep, it's probably like 15 minutes from the house. So it's a B. So it's a pretty great area for running. I just have to get my trail legs back. Umstead was pretty much just dirt road, and that's kind of what I've been running, either on the treadmill or on like roads or dirt roads. So it's pretty rugged here in New England, very rocky. So anyway, I hope you guys had a great time. I'm just gonna drive out this way. So that's where I was just running, and that's the drive out, and that's just dirt road. So there's really no like off-roading adventure to be had. So I won't film the way out. But thanks again for stopping by, and I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks so much.